What's going on, everybody? Rogue here, coming at you with episode 24 of Hunter x Hunter. Before I get into the pre-discussion, I just want to briefly let you all know that I have officially started a Patreon page. If any of you guys would like to support me further by becoming a patron of mine, please head to the link in the description down below and become a patron. I would love you all very, very much, and it would take me one step further in making YouTube and becoming a reaction channel my permanent job. And so that would be fantastic. That's the goal here. That's the dream. And so if any of you would like to support me in that, please head to the description and become a patron. Thank you all very, very much. Anyways, let's get down to this pre-discussion. Last episode, we got some training going on. We got Gon, Kurapika, and Leorio, who all trained in the log cabin where everything weighed over 20 kilograms, and that was pretty fucking intense. They did some pretty high-intensity training. That was pretty fucking dope. Before I move on, I want to briefly talk about something that was brought to my attention in, I think, the last video's comment section, and it was that in the manga of this show, Leorio was actually a fucking boss, and he wasn't being portrayed as some fucking joker who just needs to get carried by all of his friends. In the manga, apparently each member of our party needed to open the gates by themselves using their own strength. Gon and Kurapika were able to open the first gate by themselves, and Leorio was able to open 2 gates by himself. Like, what? Where did that come from? Like, why did they cut that out? That would be fucking awesome. It would make so much sense, and it would, like, legitimize him so fucking much instead of him being, like, the comedic relief of this show. I would have loved it if they portrayed Leorio the same way that they did in the manga, because then, like, that whole deal with the chairman where he said that Leorio had more brute strength than Bojiro did, like, that whole thing would have made way more sense. And it does make sense with his age, that he's so much older than Gon and Kurapika. Like, all the pieces would fit together. I just wanted to bring it to all of your attention. For anyone who might not have read the manga, that is fucking dope. If there's any additional details that are in the manga that aren't in the show that you think are relevant, please let me know in the comments down below, because I love all this additional detail. Like, I fucking love it. It helps build all these characters even further for me. And so if there's any additional details, please let me know. That would be fucking awesome. I loved this detail. A couple of you have told me, either through private messages or through the comment section, about this difference in the show and the manga, and I fucking love it. Like, thank you all for bringing that to my attention. So fucking awesome. I have so much more respect for Leorio. I already loved him for being the comedic relief in the show, but now that I know that he's like a superpower as well, I fucking love it. He's the man. Thank you all for bringing that shit to my attention. Anyways, back to the pre-discussion. Together, our gang was able to open the first gate in the testing gate, and they were able to legitimately enter the Zoldyck estate. Unfortunately, they didn't get very far, because somewhere in the forest, they ran into an apprentice butler who did not let them pass. Leorio and Kurapika kind of stood back because Gon wanted to handle this. He put up his hand and he was like, I got this. And so Gon just kept trying to walk past this apprentice butler. He didn't want to fight back because he's just there to see his friend. And he doesn't understand why there has to be this huge fucking issue if he just wants to see his friend. In Gon's eyes, he's just trying to save his friend, really. He's trying to prove to Killua that they are officially friends. He's not here to, like, fuck around with all their butlers. He's not here to beat up on people. He's here to fucking get his friend. That's all. Like, he just wants to see his friend and fucking, like, save him from this situation that he's in. Which is a bad situation, by the way. We got to see a little bit of what Killua's going through right now. Homie is fucking chained up. He's being whipped. He's being tortured right now. And that's fucked up. He does, however, know that Gon is here. And he has full faith that Gon is going to make it through all of these tests, all of these trials. And he's gonna fucking get to Killua and he's going to fucking save his friend. And so, I love it. I fucking love it. No one else in the Zoldyck family on the Zoldyck estate believes that they'll be able to save Killua, but Killua knows. Fucking Killua has faith, man. I love that shit. By the end of the episode, Gon was able to kind of get into the apprentice butler's head. He kind of gave his little spiel about, like, if I'm just here to see my friend, why do I have to go through all of this? And then he fucking smashed part of that stone gate, and he crossed the line that was drawn in the sand, and he was like, hey, aren't you supposed to hit me? And at that moment, the apprentice butler kind of softened up and said, like, please save Killua. But then we got the twist where as soon as the butler said that shit, she fucking got shot in the head by Killua's mom. And so, I guess, rip, that character's gone. The Zoldicks are fucking crazy bitches. And I really fucking hope they get Killua out. Killua's mom, at the end of the episode, came to them with a message from Killua saying, I appreciate you all coming here, but I can't come see you guys right now. Please leave. Or something along those lines. I don't remember the exact words. But it sounded like bullshit, because they have Killua chained up, so there's no way he would fucking say any of that shit. I don't know where the episode's gonna go from here. I cannot imagine that they're gonna turn around and leave. They're probably gonna try and reason with the mother now, I guess. Or maybe they'll go back in town and, like, try to break into the estate, or something, like, I don't know. I don't understand what they can do at this point. But I'm very eager to find out, and so, sorry, I don't really have any predictions for the episode. I'm thinking maybe they'll go back in town and then break into the Zoldyck estate somehow. Let's just get right into this episode. 3, 2, 1, go! Hadokia.
標高3722メートルの鹿山ククルーマウンテン。ここには暗殺一家で有名なゾルディック家の屋敷があります。まだ誰も見たことのないその屋敷を一目見ようと連日大にぎわい。
Man, I hope we get to see all of the Zoldicks before this, like, arc is over. That would be fantastic. They keep, like, teasing me with that shot of the, like, silhouettes of the Zoldicks. And so, right now I can confirm that the mother is there, that Killua is there, and that Illumi is there. I'm not 100% sure about the other people. I'm thinking one of them is that girl who's always with the mother, and then the other one is the brother who was torturing Killua. But there's still a few of those silhouettes that are unknown to me. I'm thinking with the Patreon account, every time I put out one Hunter x Hunter video for YouTube, I'm gonna try to put out one on my Patreon as well, like the next episode on Patreon, until I'm like 10 or 15 episodes ahead of what's being posted on YouTube. So I don't know if that's incentive for people to become patrons of mine, but I don't know, like, I really don't want to get a full-time job. That would suck. The Zoldyck family. This is it! This is the episode where we see everyone, I think. Man, this is fucked. He's legit just in a dungeon. Is that little Killua? Illumi looks the exact fucking same. How old is Killua here? There's the apprentice butler. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Killua tried to befriend her. Shadow step. Meteor City. Oh, fuck. The Phantom Troop come from there, too. So we're definitely going to see it when Kurapika is hunting the troop. Killua seems like such a happy kid. Ha! This will be good. Oh shit. She's still using that line. Yo, it's the dude! It's the guard! Oh, you're getting bashed. Ooh. I love this. We get to see the guard's backstory through this. Bitch. That is rude. Oh, yeah. And Killua, in Killua fashion, is unimpressed. Yeah, no kidding. An apprentice butler just fucked up your crew, dude. Yeah. What's that staff made of? Whoa! Where were you hiding those? He's a hunter? Shit, he actually got a hit on her. It's time for you to get fucked, though. Oh, shit. That's Killua's technique! Oh, you're done, guy. That's it. Game over. GG. Apprentice Butler wins. How does he survive Mike's encounter? I feel like he would just eat them all. Yo, Killua's mom is a bitch. And Gon reached out to him and said, let's be friends. I think that's why he's so attached to Gon. This is just a sad story. Killua's story is just fucking super tragic. Oh, she's just bruised. What did she get hit with then? Fuck you, guy. Morning. Stabbing you. Yeah. I love this, man. Killua is such a boss. Yo, that was fucking crazy! Kaluto. Dude, I loved that. The echo in his voice. The smirk. What's this thing she has on her face? He's finally returned? Are they gonna let him go? Grandpa! He can just break out of everything. I fucking love this, man. I'm not sorry. Silva wants to see you. Dad! Yes! This is gonna be fucking dope! The grandpa looks straight up like a master Roshi, man. You always spoil kill. He's special. In history! So he makes gadgets to kill things? So they are gonna go back to town. She's just gonna stay? Friends? What are you doing? Don't get any ideas, Kaluto. You don't need no friends. Yeah, they're fucking crazy. That's his grandfather, Zeno. And his dad is Silva. Such fucking cool names. We're getting a father-son moment right here. We're seeing history right here. Yo, this guy's fucking super awesome. Yes. Never betray your friends. Sealed in blood. Dude, that was fucking dope, man. It's just Killua's mom and brother who's fucking crazy. Return to your cell. What is that on her head? Can she, like, read people's minds? I'm getting chills. Shit. Whoa, that's evil. What was that last conversation? That was ominous as fuck. What's going on, everybody? Rogue here, and that was episode 24 of Hunter x Hunter. This was a really awesome episode, and I'm just gonna jump right into this breakdown. I really hope I don't miss anything. The episode pretty much started off with a flashback from Killua, and I guess it was the first time that he met the apprentice butler. And it seemed like even at that young age, he just wanted a friend. He seemed so like happy and cheerful. He like offered her that apple and he was showing her techniques. It was all just like really friendly. Then we got to see the flashback of the first time that that front guard came in and fought the apprentice butler. How he came in with his captain, I guess it was, and a whole group of people, and that apprentice butler just shit on all of them. And even the captain, who was a hunter, got like dominated. He managed to do a surprise attack where he had like 2 knives in his mouth, and he like spit them out and got her with one of them, which I don't know how the fuck you do that. Like, where were you hiding those? what? Like, did you regurgitate these knives? Like, what? Anyways, he managed to get one hit on the apprentice butler before the butler just fucking shut him down. And she actually ended up using the shadow technique that Killua showed her. And she had already known, but I guess she didn't have the nerve to say that, like, oh, I know that technique too. I guess she just didn't want to, like, appear like a know-it-all or something. I don't know. But after that fight, Killua asked, like, do you want to be friends? And then the mother was hiding behind a tree, and I guess the apprentice butler noticed her. And Killua probably did as well. And that prompted her to say, like, sorry, Killua. And then Killua just ran off. He was like, okay, I'm not going to find a friend here. Peace. Which is just sad as hell. Like, that was just tragic. Then we got that dope-ass scene where Mill, I guess, threatened Killua's friends. And Killua legit just ripped off his arm from the chains. And he's just hanging there with this fucking, like, demonic smirk on his face. And this, like, echo came into the audio, and he was like, if you touch any of them, I'll kill you. Like, it was so fucking intense. I loved that shit. That was, like, I feel like that was the highlight of the episode for me. That was fucking sick. He mentioned that he was only imprisoned because he felt bad for what he did to his brother. He wasn't sorry, but he felt bad. And so he's like, I let you whip me around a bit. I love that shit too. Killua, you're such a fucking boss, man. Oh my god. Then we had their grandpa, Zeno, which is the name of one of my online friends. And so I'm never going to forget that name. He came in and he said that their dad wanted to talk to him. Their dad's name was Silva. These are such cool names, man. Shit. But yeah, Killua ended up just like breaking out of all these fucking shackles, just effortlessly broke out of his arm shackles, his leg shackles, like no problem. Then he went to go see his dad, and Zeno and Mill had a conversation about how Killua could be the Zoldyck with the most potential in history, which seems fucking crazy. All the Zoldicks seem like monsters, and so if Killua is the one with the most potential in history, that's fucking insane. Killua is a freak, man. Just like Gon, Killua is a freak. I feel like Gon being exposed to Killua and potentially traveling with Killua will accelerate Gon's training, because he's going to be trying to keep up with someone who has so much potential, so much skills. Not to say that Gon doesn't have any potential. I feel like Gon has a lot of potential as well. Especially if Killua recognized Gon as someone who he wants to be friends with. I feel like that alone speaks volumes for Gon's potential as well. Because Killua didn't seem very interested in Kurapika or Leorio. And so that makes me think that Gon is going to be much stronger than Kurapika or Leorio. And Killua will probably be standing side by side with Gon power-wise. I can't wait to see where this show goes, man. It's going to be so fucking awesome. These two teaming up will be amazing, man. Not to mention how big of a monster Kurapika is as well. And Leorio, I'm still thinking Leorio's going to be the medic on the team. I don't know if they're ever going to really show us the power that Leorio has. I feel like eventually they should introduce the power that Leorio has, but as of right now, it seems like he's purely like comedic relief in the show. And so that's heartbreaking. Hopefully we get to see this the superpower that is Leorio. I'm sure he'll get to shine at some point in this show. Then we had the conversation with Killua and his dad, Silva. And his dad genuinely seemed to want to know how the Hunter exam went for Killua and who he met and what he felt and all of this. And Killua mentioned how the Hunter exam was easy. He seemed like he was focusing on the tales of Gon, because that was like the most interested he seemed like throughout the Hunter exam, is when he was talking to Gon and getting to know Gon more. And so he told his dad all about Gon. And his dad was even like, Gon sounds like an interesting person. And then he straight up asked him, like, do you want to go see your friends? I just loved everything about that conversation. His dad admitted that my parents raised me to be an assassin, and that's how I raised you, but you aren't me. You are your own person. And so he's letting Killua go free, which I fucking loved. That whole conversation was so unexpectedly human. Like, he was using empathy and trying to see things from his son's point of view. And it wasn't such like a brainwashed situation like I thought it was. He genuinely just wanted his son to be happy, it seemed like. And he let Killua go free. They had that little like blood promise that like never betray your friends. And that seemed really cool. But then in like the final conversation between Silva and Killua's mom, his mom said that, like, you know, this is such an important time for Killua, and whether or not he's going to be able to take care of the family business one day. And his dad was like, so you know what's at stake, so let me handle this. And he said that, like, I know he's going to come back because he's my son. Which was super fucking ominous. Like, he had this, like, smirk on his face, kind of like an evil smirk on his face. And it made me think of that conversation that Killua had with Illumi, where Illumi said that if you become friends with Gon, one day you're going to want to fight him to see if you're stronger than him, or something along those lines. It all makes me feel really uneasy about how this friendship is going to end up. Initially, I was on the fence about whether Killua would become Gon's friend or if he would be the villain. But as the show progressed, I kind of leaned more towards Killua becoming a friend to Gon instead of a rival. But this last conversation kind of makes me uneasy, and it makes me think that although right now they might become friends and they might be like really good friends, it might end up being like a Naruto Sasuke kind of deal where they kind of become best friends, but then this like jealousy develops and Killua decides to like cut that tie and leaves, and then they kind of become rivals after that. I don't know. I really hope that's not the case, because Killua seems like genuinely like a really happy kid, and so it would break my heart if Killua went down the path of like pure evil. That would break my heart. Killua seems like genuinely he was forced to do all these things that he hated, and that's kind of why he has this dark side to him. But that's not what he wants. And so I hope that's not the path this show goes down. That would just make me really fucking sad. We'll see where this show goes. The last thing I want to touch on before I end this discussion is I really want to know what that thing on the mother's head is. It blinks, and then it seems like she has information about what other family members are thinking or saying. And so I would love to know how that works. Like, is that her special power? Or is that purely because of the gadget that's on her head? Like, her whole head is like bandaged up too. So did she go through some kind of trauma that kind of gave her this power? And this gadget kind of helps her utilize that power? Or like, I would love a bit of an explanation as to what that fucking thing on her head is and how it works. But anyways, I'm sure we'll get some kind of an explanation in a future episode, so I'm not too worried about that. But I just wanted to touch on that point because I had my own questions throughout the episode. I'm going to end this post-discussion here, though. If you like this reaction, or if you want to catch the rest of my Hunter x Hunter or Death Note reactions, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you're able to, become a patron of mine in the link in the description. That would help me so much. Thank you all for your time, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!